Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our BabyYumYum chat, 12 o'clock, 7th of September. And why am I making funny filters with my fingers? Because peekaboo, I see you. Today, I'm Amanda Regaly. Not today, every day I'm Amanda Regaly. I have to wake up in the morning and remind myself about that with mom brain sometimes. I think that we always have to remind ourselves about who we are sometimes when we wake up in the morning. Welcome everyone who's joined us. I am making peekaboo I see you eyes because today we are going to be talking to Meg Farah, who is obviously, as I know many of you know her, best-selling author of the Sense series, OT for Babies and Sleep. She's launched the Parent Sense app. She's the co-founder of Play Sense. She's launched an amazing baby food range together with You Cook. The list goes on and on and on of this amazing entrepreneur. And I know that she is joining us right now. So I am going to accept her to the chat. Right, let's go live. Meg should be joining us right now. I've pushed my accept. Peekaboo, I see you.
Hello, Amanda. I love your filter. How did you do that?
Thank you.
Learn how to do that.
I love my filters. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's so good to see you.
Good. And you too. How are things on your side? All good?
Yeah, fine. Well, I mean, where I am in the UK, it's a gorgeous sunny day. I think we've got a heat wave for today. People are talking about an Indian summer. Well, we didn't actually have a summer, so maybe Summer might start today, right at the end.
Brilliant.
So, yeah,
oh, that's good. Great. It was so lovely to have you with us. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're very excited to hear all about your Parent Sense app that you have in fact developed. So I think the most important thing, firstly, before we kick off, is again to welcome all of our viewers from the BabyYumYum community and also from the Meg Farah and the Parent Sense and the Play Sense community. And also to mention that, should we tell them now or should we tell them a little bit later, Meg, what we are going to be giving away at the end of this? Should we tell them now?
Well, maybe tell them now, because I think what we're definitely going to do is we're going to look out for some questions and some reviews about the app, and that's how we're going to decide. Is that right?
Correct. So you tell them what we're going to be giving away at the end of this.
Yeah, so I think we're going to be, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be giving away a Parent Sense app, a lifetime subscription to that. Yes, correct. So we'll definitely be doing that. And we'll be, and we'll be having a look out for questions. So please feel free to ask me your questions. And also
Absolutely.
If you are using the app, let us know that you are.
Yes, so based on interact, guys, you can stand the chance of winning a lifetime subscription to the amazing Parent Sense app, which is unbelievable. We're going to get into the details behind that app now. So Meg, you are a serial entrepreneur, and that's why I absolutely love you. I think you are one of my greatest inspirations in this whole baby world because you are such an amazing, successful entrepreneur. So tell me now about the Parent Sense app. What is it all about?
Yeah, so actually it started off many years ago. I was visiting an influencer who was in Cape Town. She'd just given birth to a baby, and I popped in. She was a friend of mine as well, a photographer, Christine Mankey. Some of you might know her. She's an amazing photographer. And I popped into Christine and I gave her the Weaning Sense book and the Baby Sense book. And I said, this is what you need. And if you need anything, be in touch. And she looked at me and she said, Meg, I love your books, but to be honest with you, I'm not reading. I just need it on an app. If it's on an app, I can access it. And that was kind of a wake-up call for me that, hello, it's time to put everything onto the apps. And so I took really most of my knowledge from the books. Of course, you will get a lot more detailed information in the books, but I took all of the information from the books and built an app called the Parent Sense app, which we launched last year, April.
Absolutely. You know, it's a great to have the books, and I think everyone does love touching and feeling the books and, you know, making notes and circling things and then passing it down from generation to generation or friend to friend. But there is something fantastic about the convenience of having an app, of being able to log in, you know, when you like at that desperate moment and you just need some information, or in your case with your app as well, you're able to actually track your baby's development and keep everything all in one space. So what I want to ask you is, who would benefit most from using the app, and what are the very special features that are amazing for a mommy to be able to use on the app?
Yeah, so I mean, the app is very much aimed at people who have got babies who birth to 12 months old. So we are going to be building in a toddler section, and we are going to build in a pregnancy section. But for now, it's the first 12 months of life. So that's really what the focus is. It's for mums and dads. And we're actually updating the app in the next couple of months. So you'll actually be able to, whatever you load on your side, dad will be able to see on his side and vice versa. So that's coming soon. It's aimed at parents who want to understand their babies better. So, on the home screen, there are 4 different widgets. And the first widget is sleep, second is feeding, third is health, and the fourth is play. And those are kind of the 4 different domains that the app covers. And so the app will look at getting your baby to sleep better, giving you recipes and so on. It'll look at your health and vaccines, and then it'll look at your development and stimulation. So broadly speaking, it's for all parents with babies of under a years of age.
And for those that have just joined again, we're busy speaking to Meg Farah about the Parent Sense app. Meg, just tell me, so you've got those 4 widgets, and those really are the 4 big areas that people really want to know about in this minefield of parenting. In those 4 spaces, I mean, how does the app really solve the challenges that new parents face? How would one be able to navigate around the app and be able to solve these problems that parents face?
Yeah. So, I mean, the big difference between, if you think about the way we consume media, you've got a written word on paper, books, you've got the internet, and you've got apps. So what books do is it's kind of a tome of information, very deep information, and that's what my books do. Website, if you're wanting to Google something like, is my baby teething? You can Google it and you'll get 1,000 articles come up. But what apps do, which is very different, is it actually makes it bespoke to your baby for that day, as that baby is on that exact day. So what I've built into the app is, let's say, for instance, you've got a 17-week-old baby, which means that you're probably starting to think about weaning them, for instance, onto solids. But you're also potentially looking at a little bit of 17-week sleep regression as an example. So those are 2 things that if you're a 17-week-old mum or mum of a 17-week-old baby, you're going to really, start to wonder about that. What the app will deliver you on that week of 17 weeks is very specific to sleep regression, very specific to starting to think about weaning onto solids, not that you have to wean then, and very specific around the milestones that happen at 17 weeks. So, and vaccination. So it's really bespoke. It's your baby in that week that we're going to be focused on. And that's, I think, what the beauty of an app is, more than, for instance, a website or a book, for instance.
And that's what people want. They want that personalized sort of information. Meg, just tell me, the question that's come up here is, someone said to us, is there a restriction on the number of users? For example, could dad and nanny have access to the profile as well?
Yeah, so Jess, the answer to your question is that right now, as it stands, you each have to have your own app and your own subscription. We're busy working on that at the moment. We've got a new dev team working with us, thank goodness. So we're speeding up the number of releases that we've got coming through. And so within the next 6 weeks, we'll have that release coming through, Jess. And at that point, you're going to be able to link in 3 other profiles. So you could have daddy, nanny, and creche, for instance. And then if creche is actually busy logging the information that day, you'll be able to see it that evening. So that's what we're busy building out. It isn't in the app quite yet, though.
Okay, and tell me, and is the app only applicable from when the baby's born, or does it apply to when, as soon as mommy falls pregnant, and you can do all the in utero milestone stuff as well, or is it just from birth?
Yeah, so no, it's only from birth, but it does have a prem baby facility. So for instance, let's say your baby is born like 4 weeks prem, all of your routines are just out for a 4-week prematurity. And we've actually got prem data loaded that will tell you what's going on in the prem days as well. So it goes all the way through from prem babies. And then if you go on now, like if you're pregnant and you go on now and you sign up, you move into our pregnancy emailer, which will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. And so we'll still send you information, but it'll be by email.
Oh, fantastic. Absolutely amazing. And then if you've got a prem baby, and then does it automatically adjust to, if you've had a prem baby, does it automatically adjust to normal? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it certainly does.
Yeah. Milestones.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. Now, Meg, I know this is going to be a question that a lot of people ask. Is they're going to say, "Oh, Meg, we're so busy worrying about all these milestones, but people say we shouldn't be comparing our baby to milestones. How do we get around this?"
So what we've actually got on the app, which is really amazing, if you click on the pink widget, which is the bottom right widget, the play widget, and you go in, there's a little pink bar that talks about milestones. You click on that. It gives you the age range for each milestone. So let's take smiling as an example. Smiling is actually a very narrow range of expectations. So smiling can start anywhere from about well, some people say 2 weeks, but let's say 4 weeks, and it can go all the way through up until 8 weeks or 9 weeks. And so it gives you the range. So you know, okay, my baby's in that range. It should be happening about now. And then as you click it to say it's happened, it gives you the actual day and the actual age that your baby did it. So when you look back at their milestones, you can see exactly when they did it. Sitting as an example, or crawling is a very variable milestone. That can be any time from like 7 months all the way through until a year a baby can start. So we give a very wide range. So the app actually guides you as to say, look, these are your narrow range milestones, and these are your wider range, and therefore you don't need to worry about it.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. And I see, and the next question is actually one of the other questions has actually been spurted on, and it's going to be my next question as well. Someone says, I've been using the app since my baby was born. It's been amazing. Thanks to this, Carla Smith. She says, when feeling lost regarding health, feeding, sleep and play, and it also helps when mom brain kicks in and you can't remember when the last bub slept was. And I can see my next question was going to be, how does it prompt you and remind you about when feeding happens and when sleeping happens and all of that? Does it have like an automatic reminder on it to remind you those kind of things?
So what it does is it gives you a routine for every day, a suggested routine. Now we know that babies don't stick to exact routines, but what you need to do is you can actually just press the plus button, which is on the top right, and you can track your baby's what's going on. So you track their feeds, track their sleeps. We've actually got tracking of teething coming up and tracking of nappies coming up. That's being loaded in our next load. So we've got all of this tracking that you can do. That tracking then affects the routine that gets spitted out and as you get told to do. You get prompt notifications that say, oh, there's a sleep coming up now, or there's a feed coming up in 20 minutes or whatever. So you can see that happening. And then we have a data scientist who's working with us on the app, and he's actually taken all of your data and feeds it back to you in an email once a week. On a Saturday, you get what's called our baby digest. So you know, like approximately how many times is your baby awake at night? Approximately what's the gap between feeds, as an example. So it kind of takes all of your data and feeds it back to you as well.
So Meg, this is actually literally like having a 24/7 nurse or doctor living in your house with you, in your phone, like a little midget in your phone. That is unbelievable. Absolutely brilliant. I love this whole concept. It's amazing. I mean, I remember with my kids, like having the little diary that you'd write down what time they would eat.
No longer.
It's all changed since then. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. And guys, keep those questions coming in those comments, because you can win a lifetime subscription to this, which is absolutely amazing. What are the other benefits and developments that you see in the parenting and baby sort of tech space? You know, because there's so many developments that really are happening in that parent tech or baby tech space. I mean, there's so many different toys and so many other online sort of things. What do you kind of see happening? What are the trends in that sort of direction at the moment?
Yeah, such a great question. So I definitely think the concept of wearable devices, I mean, we all wear watches all the time, or Aura rings or whatever. You know, I think the concept of wearable devices will come through for babies. And it already does. Companies like Owlet, Sproutling, Mimo, those are all companies that actually do have wearable devices already. And I think what will happen in the next kind of 5 years is that baby biometric data that the wearable devices actually receive will feed into apps like My App. So that's one of the things we'll be looking at, where it can actually feed it in. So you won't have to track that my baby slept at this time and woke at this time. The app will know that your baby did that because they are wearing a device that then feeds into the app. So similar to what Strava does, is the vision for our app that we're having a look at. So yeah, I mean, it's an exciting space to play in terms of,
very much so.
The other thing that we know is coming, and we're going to be building it into our app now, is actually online courses. So for instance, I have an online course to help babies sleep through the night, which is my sleep course. Now that we're going to be building into the app. So when you actually have a subscription to the app, you'll actually be able to go and find those courses as well. So what a lot of apps are doing now is they're actually building both podcast functionality and visual kind of YouTube type functionality into the app, so that you can actually get all the information in a one-stop station. And then the last thing we're busy working on, which is really exciting, is a chatbot. So the chat is going to be a Meg chat. And so when people actually have got like 3 o'clock in the morning, why is my baby not sleeping? They can plug it in. And then the app will actually take all the information that has come from my books and my talks and everything, and will actually spit it out. So those are the type of things. Look, not going to happen this year, but that's, we're thinking big. We're taking this one big.
And I love that, big and bold, and that's fantastic. And here we are talking about the Migfara Parent Sense app. And I think that the most important thing here, which a lot of mommies are expressing here, and Jess again expressing it here, saying, I'm expecting my first baby to arrive in October, and I'm very excited to download the app. It's taking away a lot of anxiety. And I think that that's what a lot of parents need, because being a parent, especially a first-time parent, is so stressful, and it's so confusing. But having something, as I mentioned, this little doctor in your pocket, or nurse in your pocket, or carer in your pocket, is really alleviates so much of the stress. So, you know, Kate McFarlane here, she says, I can't believe you're building this course. The courses too. Mom will love the sleep course. And I think that is amazing. You know, even I remember at night sitting and playing Candy Crush on my phone, you know, waiting for baby to go to sleep or to do that feed or whatever. But yeah, you can actually sit and you can actually absorb more information on your phone, or even look at some of the courses, I would imagine, which is just absolutely fantastic. Meg, what is your favorite part of the whole app?
Okay, so I mean, there have been a couple of parts that I really love. One of the pieces that I think mums will love a lot, and that I had so much fun building, was the recipe planner and the meal planner. So we actually take you through a weaning journey that's absolutely perfect for preventing allergies. So what the app does is it knows, well, you input the date that your baby starts solids, and some babies will start solids at 17 weeks and some at 24 weeks. So that's somewhere between 4 and 6 months of age. Now the app has to work out very quickly what
we seem to have frozen, but not to worry.
Let's see.
Sorry, we lost you there for a little bit. So you were saying between 4 and 6 months,
Yes. And so basically the app will then either take you on a very fast trajectory of introducing solids if you introduce at 24 weeks, or a very slow trajectory. So it kind of really tells you exactly when to introduce what, and it also factors in what to introduce when according to allergies. So you want your baby not to have allergies. So do you introduce egg now? Do you introduce wheat now? So it does all of that. And then the fun part of it is that we got an award-winning food photographer to take all of our pictures. So all of the recipes are in the app. So if today's recipe is butternut and peanut butter, that's in the app. You'll be able to find all the recipes there, and with these gorgeous photographs as well.
Absolutely beautiful. Carla Smith saying, love the recipe planner, which I think, again, convenience. Who wants the headache of thinking of things when you've got 100 other things to think about? Absolutely. How does the app help with weaning, Meg?
Yeah, so I mean, basically what happens is the app only gives you the option for milk until 17 weeks. So if you want to try and switch across and say that you want to introduce solids, it won't allow you, because we really don't recommend introducing solids before 17 weeks. But the minute you have introduced solids, so at 17 or 18 weeks, you click that you've started solids. It asks you for your date of starting solids. It then gives you on the feeding page, your feeding page changes, and you've now got all of the meal planner. So it'll say to you, as an example, for breakfast, there must be a carbohydrate, a fat, and then for lunch. Then when you click through to that, you then find the recipes. That today's recipes are butternut and peanut butter, scrambled egg, or whatever it is. So that's the way that it helps you learn to wean. And it kind of does that all the way through the whole year of life. So through the first year, from 17 weeks, it gives you your 3 meals and all your recipes each day.
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And you know, how does the app help with sleep? So whether you're a sleep training mommy or whether you're not a sleep training mommy, how is it going to help you? Yeah,
so the top left-hand widget up on the top of the screen is the sleep widget. When you click on that, you go through, and there you can see what's been tracked in terms of your baby's sleep, what your baby's sleep log looks like, when last your baby slept. And then at the top of that page, there's 2 widgets, one called day sleep and one called night sleep. And when you click through on night sleep or day sleep, what ends up happening is that you end up with a tip for that week. So let's say baby's 17 weeks old, we've got 17 weeks sleep regression. In the day sleep, it'll give you some recommendations for how to ensure your baby sleeps through the night by implementing them on the day sleep, and the night section, what you need to do at night. So there's a tip for the day, tip for the night, every single day, all the way through. So when your baby's 9 months old and you're going through the 9-month sleep regression, which is due to separation anxiety, the day sleep tip will have a whole lot of things according to reducing sleep separation anxiety. So that's the way that we do it. It's not the same as my courses, but the sleep course is going to be built in there.
Okay, all right. Maddie Kemple saying, even when you introduce solids, you must still keep with breast milk or formula. Right.
Yes. Definitely, it's definitely correct. So, Maddie, up until 6 months of life, so 24 weeks, milk is the priority. So that's why we are very careful with introducing solids if we do it under 6 months of age, because we want milk to remain the priority. So yes, we do that. And then, so that's the first thing. And then after 6 months of age, you start to prioritize your solids. And so we ramp up the quantities there. But the app does guide you right on the home screen. It guides you as to what sort of quantities of milk. So on the home widget, it'll actually say, and in fact, on the home widget, it'll tell you how much milk. And then if you click through on the top right widget, which is the feeding widget, then you'll find 4 more widgets on the feeding page. And there's one that says this much milk today, this much solids today, this many night feeds. So you get really guided into exactly what's happening for feeding as well.
Absolutely brilliant. And now some of the technical questions. Firstly, what happens if you've got twins?
Yeah. So we definitely make allowances for twins. You're allowed up to 5, I think it's up to 4 babies born on the same day. You can go for free, part of the same subscription. So we allow up to 4 babies. And if you happen to have quintuplets, then we'll add you another one for free as well. So each baby gets their own profile. So you can click on James, click there, track him. You can click across to the next baby and track for them. So that, everything is according to multiples as well, for sure.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Brilliant. And what is the cost of it? And let me ask another question before that. Can you do a free trial before you decide to download the whole thing?
Yes, you can. So we currently got a 2-week free trial, but we actually literally in the next 2 weeks are going to be changing our subscription process where the front page of the app will be free forever. So you won't need to pay for it. It's part of the premium model, which we'll be going on to. So that'll happen for everybody, that they'll actually have access. And that just gives you tiny little tidbits, and it gives you ability to track. But if you want added information about the meal planner or about the getting your baby to sleep through the night or the tracking your baby's milestones as an example, then you will need to subscribe. But you will have already had this 14 days to kind of just mess around and see whether or not you like the app.
Okay. All right. And what is the actual cost of the app? And can you do it on a monthly, 6 monthly? How do the packages work?
The packages work. You can either do a monthly subscription, or you can do a lifetime. So lifetime subscription means that it doesn't matter if your baby is now 3 years old. If you want to go back and have a look at their milestones, for instance, you can see their milestones, their feed tracking, what date they started solids. So, that really gives you the best coverage. And that costs $399 Rand, or £20.49. Which is really pretty much the cost of 1.5 books. So it's one of my books plus a half, and then you've covered it. So so that's the lifetime subscription, and then we've also got the monthly subscription as well.
Okay, and that $399, is that an annual subscription? How does
lifetime.
That's once off.
Once off, and that's once off. And then what you do is, if you've got a partner, which we're going to be building in, as I said, they'll also get access. At the moment, that hasn't been built, but it's busy being built in the next couple of weeks. So then it would be you plus your partner would have access to it as well.
It's like a no-brainer. That's nothing, absolutely nothing. So wow, I think you should up the price based on demand. I definitely think so, because I
want moms to have access. If I could give it for free, Amanda, I would. I promise you. Unfortunately, I've got this team that the dev team, and they really are very expensive. So that's actually the reason for the price, is to make sure that we can cover those costs. But if I could give it for free, I would.
I know, absolutely. I wish the world could have information for free. Meg, just tell me, and now all of your other your books that you've written, you've always done it together with a co-author. Is this Meg on your own, or have you done it with a co-author?
No, this is me on my own. So this is very much what I've worked on my own. Yeah.
Sure. What a great feat. That's unbelievable. Very exciting.
And I can see we've got some conflicting information here about the price. If some people, I think BabyYumYum saying $2.99, and I said $3.99. So I might have got it wrong. I might have got it wrong. So I'm sure one of my team is watching, and maybe they can just pop it up below. Oh no, they've changed it. It is $3.99 for a lifetime subscription. Yeah, I suddenly thought, am I getting this wrong? Have I not got my business model right?
No, definitely $3.99. We have it here. So before we announce our winner, I just want to ask you: is it suitable for Android and for iOS? Is it compatible against both?
It's compatible for both, definitely.
Fantastic. And how does one get it? You just literally go onto your Play Store or Apple Store and you just download it. Done like that.
Yeah, exactly. So you just go onto your App Store or onto your Play Store, you download it. You can then subscribe through the app, or what you can do is you can actually go onto our website. And if you do want a special offer, we've permanently got a special offer on there. So that's on parentsense.app. And you actually will get it for much cheaper on there. So if you click through and you subscribe there, you also upgraded into lifetime that way, and it's a whole lot cheaper. So you can go to parentsense.app and download and subscribe there. You'll still need to download it from the App Store.
Of course.
But then your subscription is managed from our side, not Apple's side.
Okay, right. So everyone, after this, you're going to go parentsense.app and download it. Challenge you to go and download it. I hope you're going to get lots of downloads now. We're challenging everyone, Meg. Yes, it is definitely a steal at $3.99. But Meg, I think the time has come to announce who our winner is of the lifetime subscription. We've had a lot of interaction here and a lot of questions coming out of this. But I think one person has definitely been asking a lot of questions. And so before we announce that, one more comment saying the app is amazing. It helped me so much. So happy I found it when my baby was born.
Thank you, Lynn.
Lynn, thanks, Lynn. That's great. Absolutely. And yes, we do need more technological advancements like this. And it's amazing that something like this is coming out of South Africa. You know, people always think, oh, these technological things come out of America or the East or somewhere like that. But it's homegrown. It's proudly South African. It's born in SA. And we absolutely love that. So, Meg, thank you for your contribution, essentially, to technological advancements for our bubbers here in SA. So, right, our winner is Jess Cameron 90. Well done. You are definitely the winner of a lifetime subscription to Meg's phenomenal Parent Sense app. So we'll get in touch with you to get all of your details to pass on to Meg. But Meg, I think anything in closing that you wish to say before we log off?
Yeah, look, I mean, for me, it's just really being about on the journey with mums. I find it so exciting to know that people are using it and that they're finding it useful, that it's making the parenting journey easier. So, so go ahead, download the app and join me on your parenting journey, and I'll get to join you then.
And guys, give us your feedback. We want to hear your experiences. We want your reviews on it. We love hearing what's fresh and new and out there in terms of the BabyYumYum community, giving us feedback and information on things like this. So please tell us. Obviously, we're going to feed it back to Meg and her team, and we want this app to do really well and just grow and grow and grow. So please give us your feedback and tell your friends about it, because it is phenomenal. So Meg, congratulations to you and your team. It really is amazing, and we support you all the way. And thank you for joining us today. Thanks, Meg.
Thank you and BabyYumYum for always supporting me. I really do appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you, everyone. Thanks to all of our communities, and guys, have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Thank you, Meg.
Thanks, Amanda. Cheers.
Bye-bye. Bye.